to be ready
Right.
for
Yeah, I had to
the
record it so I could send it to you.
wedding. He wants to do it for her 2-year-old daughter.
Right. No, yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I mean, like I was telling you yesterday, you already got a lot of good information out of him.
Yeah.
Um, it's just a matter of still following the script and just making the judgment call as to what's enough and what's not. So, I mean, you're
Mhm.
gonna mess it. This is your first ever, like first call here, so you're gonna mess it up. Like that's gonna happen. But we're just gonna look to learn from it and build on it. That's all.
Yeah.
So let me know when you're reaching out to him, and I'll mute myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him right now.
All right, I'm gonna mute. Knock it out, bro. If you open your chat, really, I'm gonna ask you, do you want me to like type things in the chat for you, or you want to kind of just do it?
I'm not gonna be reading at that at all.
All right, yeah, yeah, you're right. So go ahead, man. Knock it out, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Let's look for Fernando. Hey, what's up, brother? This is Fabio with Buddy Ups again. Yes, I'm doing good. I was just eating some salad with chicken that my wife made before going to work. How about yourself?
And then all stuff in the mail and bills and picking up groceries, stuff like that. My fiance, she's in the house tending to the babies and down to the naps and all that good stuff. But yeah, in the morning times, oh my goodness. I wish they could be on the same sleep schedule. Both my son and my daughter. My son is 2. Well, he'll be 2 next month. And one. Sleep schedules. Decide. Got to get in where you fit.
That's crazy, man. Like, I don't have kids yet, but I was like the one having to take care of my cousins when I was little, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah, man. Hey, is everything okay? Because you sound a little bit down. Like, what's going
Oh,
on?
basically at 41, and then with 2 young kids and everything else,
Mm,
the AGE factor, like I find myself now, like basically I need a nap.
yeah, right.
And I find myself taking as I'm getting older more and more naps, like randomly throughout the day.
Yeah, yeah, I know, man. And I mean, that's one of the things that we want to fix with this, right?
Oh yeah,
Get you
oh
more
yeah,
energy so that that free time that you have instead of napping, you do it playing with them or doing whatever else you want to do.
exactly. So I don't feel old.
Love it, man. Hey, so just double checking, we're still good for our call. You have 45 to 60 minutes, no
Yeah,
distractions, and you can
yeah,
take some notes for me.
yeah, sir.
Yes, sir. Cool, cool. All right, so don't want to take out too much of your time. You want to get this knocked down?
Yeah, so let's knock it out.
All right, Fernando. So before we jump into the call, I always like to just pre-frame the call a little bit, kind of like let you know what to expect. So I'm going to be pouring into you quite a bit more than yesterday because I really want to find out what the underlying cause of this issue is.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to do that, I just need you to be 100% honest with me like you were yesterday. Can you do that again?
Not a problem.
All right. And then I'm also going to be interjecting, coaching you up at times, just like showing you some tough love if needed. Do I have
Yeah,
your permission for that?
yeah. I
Yeah.
got thick skin, man, and I'm used to getting cussed out by drills, so I can
Cool, man. All right. So yesterday, we checked your app, your information, 4161. You're at 210 and you want to get to 225, build the muscle. You just get a little bit of your belly as well, right?
yeah, a little bit older. I just want to fucking lean and ripped and bigger. But
Absolutely.
so if I get lean and shredded first, and then build upon that, that would be ideal. at this juncture.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Now, just because I want to double confirm, because I have here that it was 4 years, but like you tell me if I'm wrong. Like you've been wanting to get out of this. Well, you want to get those 15 extra pounds. You've been trying for the past 4 years, or am I wrong?
Yeah, for the last few years or so, you know what I mean? Like I've just been trying to, like lean up and shred up and then, build it back up and get bigger, stronger, faster, but, just haven't been able to do it.
Okay, so it's fair to say that yeah, 4 years at least.
Yeah, for a few years. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I also remember you told me that at your peak, you were even like 250, but like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but we're looking to get to 225. So when was the last time you were at 225?
I would say maybe like 2000, 2017, 2018, like when I was still actively competing.
Okay, so a little bit before COVID. So that's
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Cool, cool. Now, I know we already discussed like a little bit about you wanting to be on the best shape for your wedding in a month here and well not here but close in Miami. You want to be able to wear speedos for your honeymoon in Jamaica, but like why else is this important to you right now?
Oh, I mean, just overall, just overall personal objectives and health and wellness. And, I adopted, a whole entire homeopathic holistic approach, you know, as I've gotten older, even more so. And, I'm not vegan, but, I've been experimenting and exploring with veganism and,
Mm-hmm.
vegetarian philosophies and anything that's not processed and, just cleaner, healthier, like eating and living and, just stress free. And, I've had, some health scares, and, I would say the last maybe 10 years or so or whatever because of you know, just being irresponsible, being a dickhead, and partying and whatever, and being in that world of mixed martial arts and whatever, what I mean, and just being a professional athlete and just
Yeah.
where everything's so easy and accessible, and from shit, women, drugs, and this and that, whatever, what I mean,
Yeah.
and there was a time I would say back in 2016, actually this was probably like my moment of clarity and my epiphany in life where the universe, God said, all right, motherfucker, hey, this is your one and only warning.
Okay.
But basically, back in 2016, you got caught up, just part of the lifestyle, what I mean? World champion at the time,
Yeah.
at 2 titles, and, my career was on the upward trajectory or whatever, and started, and then, just being in those circles, man, and partying and, indulging in all the excesses of debauchery from women and drugs and so basically it's like a deadly cocktail. I mean, where you
Yeah.
got
So real quick,
where like it was just like alcohol, drugs, and whatever. And basically, I say, let's say in 2016, I ended up having like a cardiac arrest situation or whatnot, where I went into like a drug overdose situation because of too much partying and whatever.
yeah.
And that like really like, oh holy shit, like and my older sons who are adults now, they were younger at the time, and it just I didn't like where I was at that time or whatever, what I mean, and
Yeah,
basically I
absolutely.
just what do like a self introspective like inventory and reflection, like dude, bro, what the fuck are you doing, what I mean, like
Yeah, and
what,
that's
you know.
exactly what I was going to ask you. Like, what were those health scares? But yeah, I heard you. Yeah. Well, I mean, the great thing about this is that you're taking accountability for it, and because there's a lot of people out there that they're just gonna tell you, "Oh, life happens, shit happens," but that's the first step. So, congrats on that, Fernando. Now, I think that we already went over this, but just to clarify, since you're about to get married, is your fiance 100% along with you and she's supportive of you doing this?
Oh yeah, absolutely, undoubtedly, yeah.
Okay. Now, the reason I ask you this is because we had a client like a couple months ago. Her name was Anne, and she was doing great. She lost about 40 pounds, but
Uh-huh.
all of the sudden, like she stopped responding to our texts. She disappeared, like she ghosted us. And after a while, she got back to us. And long story short, basically the husband was like, "No, I just don't like you, making our food different as what it used to be. I don't like you going to the gym." So it was sad because she was getting what she wanted it, but
Yeah.
because of the support in her house, she basically had to quit. So just
Oh
want to
yeah.
make sure
And
that,
more, stubborn and hard headed, and I'm like a
yeah.
traditional, like not that I'm chauvinist. You got a lot of feminists nowadays, but probably call me chauvinist or sexist. Well, in the case, I'm just traditional. I'm a man's man, and
Love it.
basically, to an extent, like, I do what the fuck I want when I want. You can't shit. You know what I
Let's
mean?
go, bro. That's what
Like,
we're looking.
I'm just predictions and whatever, but also too, when it comes to certain things, like if I don't know certain shit or
Mhm.
whatever, like when it comes to your life in general, I'm always open and receptive to information and
Okay.
new ideologies and approaches, and just like a sponge trying to soak it all in. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I love that. Cool,
And then
cool.
even like now, like ex-military and dealing with the VA and just bro, just Western civilization, Western society, this government. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, you're critical. You're an American." No, that's bullshit because we got all these so-called patriotic motherfuckers who claim to be patriotic, but how come I've been seeing you? How about you go devote, dedicate 40, 20 years of your life, and you go protect and serve and enlist and protect and serve the America you claim you love? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, fuck out of here. That's bullshit.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, I'm from Mexico, but like I'm working into like my papers and all of that. So yeah, I can see how it's a little bit, if not a lot, fucked up how
Yeah,
America
and
is
like
going.
with the VA, pills down your throat,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like I don't want to take that shit. And when I was taking pills, they give you this and that, and then it's supposed to be for one condition, but it creates these other side effects, and it's like a band-aid instead of really getting to the root cause,
Hmm.
the causation of all these ailments or underlying health issues
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, they're making you sicker, big pharma, these pharmaceutical companies,
Yeah.
and then they wonder why we have an opioid crisis or whatever, but it's because of you greedy motherfuckers and trying to basically, just indoctrinate everybody with this bullshit. And the same thing with the food groups and how we were indoctrinated growing up as far as what foods were healthy to eat and this and that. And most of the shit is processed.
Yeah, man.
I'm not sure if you ever seen, but there's this one, it's an amazing documentary on Netflix called What the Hell. And they really just expose pretty much the facade of the bullshit American system when it comes to agriculture and food and the FDA and what goes into it, and a lot of this shit has a lot of GMOs and hormones and
Yeah.
steroids and all this other shit that causes cancer and all
Yeah, I
this
think
other
I think I
shit.
seen that. Maybe not the documentary, but yeah, a lot of that in YouTube. Now, going back a little bit into like our conversation, so you already took ownership for like the drugs, the party, and all of that, but like when it comes to your relationship with food, like a lot of our clients are gonna tell us that they're either under eating or then later on overeating. They are emotional eating, binge eating, not being active enough, not paying attention to their measurements, procrastinating. For you, like, what do you think has gotten you to not being where you want to go for the past 4 to 6 years?
Oh man, just life and being overwhelmed with all the responsibilities of the new family and new babies and providing and
Right.
it's like, okay, and shit, I got a new family, new kids. Hey, they're priority numero uno. They come first.
but
Fuck dad.
but when it comes to
Dad.
food, are you like overeating, undereating,
All right,
emotional eating?
so it's weird. So at one point, I would say maybe about 3 to 4 years ago,
Hmm.
I just wasn't. I don't know. It's like a mixture of overeating or undereating, if
Okay.
that makes sense. Like basically,
Yeah.
there would be times like because I'm such a workaholic to where I'm in go, and when I get in go mode, where I got so many things on the agenda I have to accomplish, I have to take care of. this build, this snap, whatever. Like I just get up and go. Like I would, and just I don't get a lot of sleep because I have, sleeping problems or whatever. So I would get maybe on average about, and that I was told, and after doing some research that not getting enough adequate amount of sleep can attribute to, you know, me not being able to maximize my objectives and goals as far as weight loss and cutting and shredding and
Yeah.
whatever. So there'd be times where when I would eat, I would just eat, just to kind of fill up or whatever. Because when I go mode, that's the other to say. Like there'll be times you're like, okay, I wake up in the morning, and then because I'm so fucking busy, and then next you know, the whole day went by. It's like 3, 4 o'clock before I have my first meal.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, you know what I mean? And I know that's counterproductive.
And
You know
like
what I mean?
and like when you have to do that, like do you go for like fast food or like I don't know,
No,
chips,
not
candy?
yeah, no,
What is
no,
what it is?
fast food,
Okay.
no fast food. Years I don't drink sodas. And even like with the picture, you could like look at my physique or whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
like damn, like he's not fat, but it's weird. Like I like to call it like a skinny fat or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's weird. It's like this layer of the subcutaneous just excess whatever, and like everything's underneath, and I can still feel like how solid, like my abs and arms and everything else, but it just doesn't look like there's anything there, if that makes sense. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
just a result of fat accumulating after years and years and years. So yeah, I know what you're saying. So lately there hasn't been like any more like overeating and undereating, as you said.
Yeah, no. So as of lately, I would say probably more so for the last. I've actually slimmed down,
Mm-hmm.
because back in October, November, I started like we touched on yesterday with some other people, and then they said, okay, give us 100 days,
Okay.
and then my 100 day mark was Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost 20 pounds. Yeah, okay, that's cool because I was coming down from like 220 or something like that,
Yeah.
and then I got all the way down to 200. Now I'm back up to 210.
Mm.
Probably just like fluctuating water weight,
Yeah.
sodium retention, whatever. Um, but and some, got down to 200, but my body couldn't lose any more weight, and I was doing
Mm-hmm.
the walking and stairmasters and the incline, and I had reduced my calories. I was watching my calories. They had me start at like 2,500 calories a day, doing the high intensity interval training, the HIIT training, the circuit and all that, whatever. So I'm losing weight. And then once I got down to 200, because my body just said, fuck you, we're not losing any more weight. It's not cutting up. And I'm strong, I feel like, I'm stronger and everything else. My cardio is better because I'm working out. But the actual physical aesthetic look or that appearance,
Yeah.
as if, you know what I mean? So it's like deceptive. So it's like you got some people that be in the gym and they look at it's like, oh, that guy, he ain't shit, he's fat or whatever.
And now
But
that
not
you mention
realizing
it,
that
now
he's
that
a world champion boxer or something, and he can probably kick everybody's ass in the room, and he's in phenomenal shape. But for whatever reason, his body doesn't look the way that that it should.
yeah, and now that you mention it, since you said that you've been doing like workouts lately, is that something you've been doing for more than like 3 times a week for the past 6 months?
So on average, so I would say for the past 6 months, so from October, November to about February,
Mm-hmm.
like basically every other day. It was like 6 days a week, like pretty much.
So
Um,
what you're saying is that you stopped like working out consistently from February to now?
So from February to now, I tweaked my workout to where I switched up from the hit training to high interval intensity training with the circuits and all that. With like maybe 10 seconds of rest, and then you're going exploding for like a minute or whatever.
Okay.
So I kind of tweaked it and I stopped doing that, and then I just started doing calisthenics. Just push
Yeah.
ups,
Okay.
sit-ups, natural weight, body weight squats with your own natural body weight, just basic stuff like we did boot camp and whatnot, just to try to,
Yeah.
okay, maybe this can try to tweak it and, get back to how it was boot camp, because basically in boot camp, all it was just diet. They restricted, your calories. You burn more calories than you actually took in, and then they actually had you run like again, boot camp. I'm 18 years old, the age factor, I'm younger, high metabolism. Every day they're PTing the fuck out of us, for about 6 to 8 weeks. And it's like I went into boot camp. I was like maybe 180 pounds. Came out of boot camp, I was like 165 pounds, which shredded.
Yeah.
And then we're running every day 2 miles, on average. You know what I mean? And then there'll be the times where they're running as 5, 10 mile runs, or we're doing 20-mile hike marches. You know what I mean, with
Yeah.
equipment and this and that, whatever. So
Okay.
there's constant movement, for us on top of being younger and the high metabolism and everything else or whatever. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool to know that you're still working out. Now, you already told me about like the drugs you used to do. Currently, like, what are some of your vices? For us, it's anything like drugs, fast food, restaurant, shopping, any type of drug, or even like Netflix, social media. What is that looking for you like?
Yeah, no, I don't really have any vices. I'm 420 friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm such advocate for cannabis use. It's helped me, a lot, especially as military PTSD allows me to sleep. And there's been like a lot of times because, like I said, I'm always on the go or whatever.
Yeah,
Whether it's mental, psychological, or even maybe it's an actual physiological condition to where sometimes I just don't have an appetite and I can't eat.
got it.
And then when I do eat, it's however many hours later, and then it's like a big portion or whatever, and it's just the eating times and schedules have been off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, but like I said, I utilize cannabis. That's implemented in my life. That's a constant mainstay.
Okay.
Especially when I need to sleep or want to sleep.
And like every week, how often? Like a week, how many times do you use cannabis?
Oh, every night before I go to bed.
Okay. And in average, like how much are you spending on that every week?
Oh, because I have friends and growers and all that, because they're like real military friendly, so I basically get it for free.
Okay, cool. And just to double check, you're not going like out for restaurants at all. You're not like scrolling too much on social media or Netflix at all.
No, and then no, I don't really watch a lot of TV
Okay.
on Netflix, and even with social media, I really don't scroll on social media a lot. But when I do engage on social media, it's because I'm an actor now. I'm
Yeah.
trying to build a brand. I got almost 30,000 followers on Instagram, and that's something that I've been building. And transitioning from being a mixed martial arts
Mm-hmm.
athlete to a professional wrestler to now an actor and a stuntman, and just branding and trying to be relevant and connect, and put up positive posts, and just kind of like the whole branding aspect of social media and what the purpose is.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it, man. Now, let's talk a little bit about like the negative sides effect that the weight has caused you. So, like, you already told me that you used to party a lot. You also did some steroids in the past, and that caused you not only like the cardiac arrest, but also like you're a little bit worried about like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all of that. So, what other ways has not being able to get back to 225, be super reaped, and have that energy has had on your life?
Oh man, I mean, it definitely takes away from some confidence. You
Mm.
know,
In what way?
I mean, just mentally, it's like when you look at old pictures or you look at yourself or whatever, like or in your mind, and like, damn, like man, I used to get stud, or I used to be jacked, and this and that, whatever. Well, I can still kick ass, whatever. But you know, but it's like, and it's like as I'm getting older, I guess it really doesn't matter so much, but a part of it does because like fuck man, I'm
Hmm.
41.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that 45-year-old or that 50-year-old or that 65-year-old or that 70-year-old that can't function or they can't get out of bed or have to be in a wheelchair, or have to be in a walker or this or that, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
God bless Jack LaLanne, but I'm trying to fucking be better than Jack LaLanne.
Yeah, that's where we want to get you. Now, I noticed on your application, you said that you don't like what you see in the mirror. Can you like tell me a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, oh bro. I mean, yeah, you can see in the pictures, man. There's like no definition whatsoever. Like,
Hmm.
I can kick ass, I'm a good looking dude. I'm strong and whatever. But
Yeah.
the look, the aesthetics, the physical appearance is not what it should be or what it used to be. And in the industry that I am, where everything's all about what's
Yeah.
pleasing to the eye, I know that has hindered me and kept me away from, various opportunities in certain roles to where it could have put me into a better financial situation because it was a better role, bigger opportunity, more money,
Mm,
and this and that. You know what I mean? But I didn't fit the criteria, why I couldn't, you know, get in whatever shape or ideal look that they had in mind, casting or
yeah.
whatever. Then, hey, next, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
machine.
Okay. Yeah, I totally hear you. And besides that like opportunity that basically you didn't got, what other type of like effect has this had in your relationship with like first of all your spouse? I think we talked about like sex with her, right?
Uh,
Yeah, so like besides what you already told me, has this had any other impact on your sex life at all?
um, I would say not necessarily because I mean, hey man, we're guys.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we're 500 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 pounds, whether we spread it or not, biologically, our dick gets hard.
Right.
We stick it in a pussy, we fuck, you know what I mean? And we bust a nut. And like, we're primal, carnal creatures as men. Like, we will go and stick our dicks in a hole in the middle of the street as long as it was looped up. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know,
But
it's kind of weird. Like it's so easy for us, even though it's like kind of difficult in comparison to women, because it's so easy for women to get laid. It's in comparison so much more difficult for guys. But guys, like we have no inhibitions, we have no connections, no nothing. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's like it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? When it comes to that department or whatever. You know what I mean? Whether I'm fat, skinny, whatever.
But
Hey, I want to fuck. You know what I mean?
do you find yourself like not having as much energy as you want or as much libido as you would like?
Oh yeah, oh without a doubt.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Yeah, I'm definitely not the, you know, fucking Iron Man that I used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
We're younger and shit, like, and all we want to do is fucking just fuck for hours and don't want to think about nothing else or do anything else. And next you know, time passes, the whole day done went by or some shit. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm. And what about your kids? I mean, I know at the beginning of the call we said that, you're like having to take naps. Has that like affect your playtime with your kids?
much. Just take a little rest, a
Mm.
little break. I'll put on the TV, and it's kind of bad. But even though the programs that I put on for my child
Okay.
programs and educational and Coco Melon, Sesame Street, shit like that,
Yeah.
to where it can engage them and enrich them, but it's like still like I don't want my kids to be in front of a fucking television. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
daddy is too tired because whether it's testosterone's low or he's just a fucking lard ass. You know what I mean? Like no, like I gotta
Yeah, man.
stop. This old bullshit. It's gotta,
Gotta
and it's
change.
crazy. Even though I guess with some people say, "Oh no, it's just the way you think. It's a mindset." Like no,
Mm,
it's
no.
like something happens to your body. I can't
Yeah.
like, I don't know the science behind it, but I'm sure the science behind it. But it's just like I don't know. You feel it. It's like a switch that goes off. It's like from like your 20s to your 30s. It's like okay, but when I felt like when I was in my 30s, man, like I was in my fucking prime, like the best of the best of in every aspect of my life. And then once I hit 40, it's like whoa, okay,
Yeah,
something
man.
feels different.
And
Oh shit,
and that's
what the hell
also
was that in my back? Why is my knee making that freaking cracking, grinding sounds and noises? Or why is it hard for me to get out of bed? Like all right, hold up. My mind's telling me to get out of bed, but my body is saying, fuck you. You're gonna lay here for another 30 minutes.
no, yeah, that's also something that we want to help you fix, not only like the energy levels with yourself, but your kids for sure. Now, since we're already talking about like this kind of things that are motivating you, for you, what would you say it's like your big anchor? Because one thing that our most successful clients share is that they have that in common. Like it's a superpower, something that, it's going to motivate you, whether you're feeling it or not feeling it. It's going to help you push forward when things get tough. So for you, what is it like? Again, it has to be something super powerful that almost makes you cry.
Anchor as far as what motivates me.
Yeah, because we already talked about your wife, your kids, your
Yeah,
overall
yeah,
energy.
my family. I mean, my
Mm,
family is, basically like my reason, my why in life. Of course, just me being ambitious and wanting better and wanting more. I come from poverty. I don't come from a rich family or
okay.
born with a silver spoon. I come from disenfranchisement. I come from struggle.
Okay.
And I'm, basically, I'm like the proverbial Rocky story. Just come from nothing, but like the phoenix, rose from the ashes and pulled itself up by the bootstraps with, all the, cards in the deck stacked against him, and basically did what I had to do, and by the grace of God, hey, I don't know if you want to call it luck or you just want to call it basically, hey, it was just finally timing and preparation, or when preparation meets opportunity, and hey, you just fucking run with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna meet you in, like right now, because we think it's the opportunity for you in the right time, as you said. Now, this might be a tough question to answer, and it's okay, like if it takes you a little bit, but you are basically 15 pounds under what you want to be, and this being a struggle for you for at least the past 6 years. And you used to like eat a lot, eat very little, and that has caused you to, as I said already, get that fat up to the point where you look good, but you can tell that there's something going on around there. So
Yeah.
where do you
So basically, like I look good with clothes on,
yeah.
but when you take the clothes off, it's like, oh shit, like hold
So
up.
so my question is like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years if you don't get this like taken care of right away?
Oh, liposuction.
Mm. And what about like the health issues we already talked about, like blood,
Mhm.
cholesterol, high pressure, all of that?
So that's the thing. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have high blood pressure. I was just sharing that, during my anabolic steroid
Hmm.
experimentation and usage, especially during my fighting time and all that, whatever,
Okay,
those substances attribute to, developing,
got it. Yeah, the
elevated
fat.
cholesterol and elevated,
Mm,
blood pressure and all that. You know what I mean? And especially as I'm getting older, and I was saying that, I wanted to see what I could do naturally,
okay.
without reverting to sticking a needle in my ass and injecting
Hmm.
some shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, got it, man. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And but in terms of like energy and your lifestyle, do you think that if you change this, it's gonna be better or worse than what it is right now?
Oh no, I mean, I think absolutely without a shadow of a doubt, like if I'm able to, get, in the right mental space, the right situation, the right tutelage, the right information, the right science,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? And, just the right regimen, the right program, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just, and actually seeing, progress and seeing goals in the space. And don't get me wrong, other, programs that I've done, I've saw progress, as far as, dropping weight, anybody can lose weight, but the actual
Maintaining it.
molding and the cultivating, the sculpting, and the
Hmm.
shredding, and, seeing those things really come to fruition. And
Yeah.
I haven't been seeing that. And in my mind, I have it in my head like, well, shit, well, that's not possible unless I take steroids.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But the
So
other part of my mind is like, fuck you, no, we're not going to do that.
yeah, that's good. And so, since you already have like that vision on your mind, what I want you to do is just like do a quick mental exercise with you. So what I need you is just like close your eyes real quick for me. Let me know when you got them closed.
Yeah.
So now just like imagine yourself, we've been working together for the past 3 4 5 months, whatever it takes, not only to get rid of that fat all around your core, but also get you up to 225. We have completely dialed your nutrition. You're finally understanding how nutrition works with your body, how to eat in a systematic way where you can drop fat and then gain muscle. You've been consistently training for at least 3 times a week for again 3 to 6 months. You're looking good, you're feeling great, like your clothes are like looking amazing. People are asking you all around like, hey dude, what are you doing? So tell me, how do you feel?
You feel amazing. You feel
Yeah.
great. You feel confident. Like,
Okay.
oh shit, like, people are taking notice, turning heads, and and in turn, people are one of a couple things that happens. They either get jealous or they get inspired, and
Absolutely.
I'm in the business of inspiring people.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, that has to be an actor, right?
Yeah.
100%. And now that's how you're gonna feel. Like, now tell me, because like you have the picture, I have the pictures you sent me. How are you gonna look like? How is your body gonna look like? You want to be shredded, but like describe it for me.
No, everything, symmetrical. Symmetry is important.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, traps, shoulders, chest, triceps, biceps, definition, striations, and something that looks healthy and natural and doesn't look overly, grotesque. I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympia. You know what I mean? And even when I did, fight professionally and compete and all this other stuff, that was never in my mindset. I never really thought the whole Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno bodybuilder look was, you know, I never really thought it was all that or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. You want to be like looked up good, but you don't want to be like a muscle of a mountain of
Yeah,
muscles. Yeah.
yeah. I don't want my dick and my balls to shrivel up
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
size of Ravens because these dudes are taking so much fucking steroids or whatever. You know what I mean? Or next thing you know, my dick don't work and I don't have any libido, or I'm sterile now because you know the shit and fucked up my whole reproductive system. You know what I mean? And those are known, documented side effects of extended long term, use of that type of shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Okay. No, I mean, like, I'm already excited for that vision because I know we can get you there. Do you feel like the same excitement?
Oh, I mean, I feel excited. You know what I mean? And I
Let's
always feel
go.
excited initially, and and I'm on the bus, I've always
Yeah.
it's like I always hit this ceiling or this wall, and I can't get through that wall or through that ceiling to see the actual final results. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, you do understand that the things you've been trying so far are not gonna get you to where you want to go, right?
Oh, exactly,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And you also understand that, you already tried doing this alone, but this hasn't worked at all for the past 6 years. So it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but like this is the right time for you to get a solid game plan and guidance, to achieve this. Correct?
Oh yeah.
Boom.
And if not, and if none of this shit works, then fuck it. Going back on steroids and getting liposuction. Goddamn
No, man, we wanna help you get out of that because you already had your heart attack. I mean, arrest, and I personally don't want you to get back there. Like, I don't want you to put anything in your body that's not healthy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, Fernando, like, based on the application, the conversations we have, my notes, I feel like I have more clarity on where you want to go, what's stopping you from getting there. So really, really appreciate how open you are with me. I know it's hard, especially with somebody that you don't know. But
Hey, bro, I'm transparent as fuck, man. I know before.
but before we go into the nitty-gritty of how we can specifically help you, do you feel like there's anything I missed or anything else you would like me to know?
No, no, nothing that I can think of off top right now.
Okay, cool. Well, as I said, I'm pretty sure we can help you get rid of that extra fat that you've been accumulating for the past 6 years. And as a result, not only like make you look better, more shredded, like super tough, super, super muscular, but in a natural way, but also get you back that energy so that you can fuck as much as you want, play with your
Yeah.
kids as much as you want, go partying to Jamaica, like all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, you want us to get into the details of how we can specifically help you?
Yeah.
Cool, man. So you already know Matt's been doing this for 12 years. He has helped a lot of people, thousands of people, change their lives and their bodies. And what we found out is that there has to be two major factors to make this work: customization and education. So, customization, we already talked about it, has to be something designed for you and your needs. And we don't want to go just of like generalized plans because those aren't going to work because they don't change. They are not adapted to you. And
Mhm.
not only they're not going to work, but like we have tracked those and there is a staggering of 97% failure. When people drop weight, they're gonna gain it back sooner or later within 2 years, if not less.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to get that. You don't want to get there, right?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. Once we're going, I wanted to let me keep it off.
Yeah. And that's why customizing a plan for you, for your needs, and again, that changes, it's what's gonna get you the long-term results, like sustain the weight that you're looking for. Make sense?
And because I also had in mind,
Yes.
well, get shredded at this age. Maybe I just need to go ahead and convert and become fucking vegan. So I don't need to go full vegan or nothing like that just to get shredded.
So listen, when it comes to the nutrition, we will cover that real quick. But what I can
Mm-hmm.
tell you already is that the coach that we will assign you, he will literally tell you yes, no, and this is why. Because I know you're a man of science, and your guys are going to have like a long discussion about it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Now, second thing is education. So Matt really likes teaching people how to do stuff so that at some point they can do it on their own. We don't want you like be fishing for you the whole time. So all we like want to do is show you our specific process. And
Mm-hmm.
one, you learn how to do things the way we teach you. You literally can pick whatever goal you want and get it as long as you're willing to follow that process and get the work done.
Mm-hmm.
So once you learn it, you're gonna have it. That's gonna turn into a habit that you will use for the rest of the life. Because what's the point of like getting to 225 if you cannot, be a super good, attractive, and strong man when you're 80, right? Yeah, man. So once we got those two covers, here's what I have next for you. The main three pillars that we use in our program are just need you to have some pen and notes because this is gonna be the secret sauce. Okay,
Okay.
cool. So three pillars: fitness, nutrition, accountability. So, do you remember how you told me that you being like going on and off of working out, like you really used to be super in good shape when you were in the military, but you're like lacking accountability, know what to do, all that kind of stuff?
Uh-huh.
So, here's how we're gonna knock that out. We're literally just gonna create a customized routine that's gonna adapt to what you like to do, whether you're at the park or at home, and that routine again, it's not gonna be anything crazy. We don't need you to work out every day. we're gonna we're
Okay.
gonna
I don't have to be like I used to. Anywhere from 2 to 4 or 6 hours in the gym.
no, we're gonna again make it as simple as possible, and your coach is gonna be like all over you. You're gonna have a customized app where we're gonna tell you what exercises you need to do, how many sets, how many reps, and there's gonna be videos in there just in case
Okay.
you don't know how to do it, but I'm sure you know how to do it.
Okay.
And your coach is going to be like you're going to have an app and you guys can communicate 24/7 just in case you have questions. Make sense?
Okay.
Cool. So we're going to get you back to where you were jacked, and we're going to make you a mountain of muscles but looking clean. Are you excited for that? Cool, man. Now, nutrition. Again, we're not gonna do anything crazy. I don't want you to like turn into completely vegan because sounds to me like you're a man that enjoys meat. So yeah, yeah, man. So we want you to keep those things like we're again gonna teach you how to eat the right foods, what you like eating, but in the right amount so that again you drop first that extra fat and then you build up muscle. So we're not gonna take away your beers, your cakes, anything of that, any of those things, they're gonna stay because we want you to be sustainable, and the only way is that making you do the things that you already like. Make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what questions do you have on this last part?
No, no, I don't have any questions right now.
Okay. Then the last piece of this whole thing is accountability. So here's where the masterpiece of the puzzle comes in. You're literally going to have a coach that's going to be attached to your hip. You're going to have daily coaching every day, daily check-ins. You're also going to have access to Messenger, again, just in case you have any questions or anything like that. And we just want you to hold you accountable because as you told me, you're lacking that. So that's what we want to do, make you accountable so that sometimes where we're feeling down, we don't show up as our best versions. But when you have to show that to somebody else, you're gonna do it regardless of you feeling good or not, right? Yeah. So that's about it. Simplified it. What questions you have on that?
No questions.
Cool. Now, obviously, we cover a lot of information. Could be a little bit confusing. So, in general, what questions do you have so far?
Yeah, no questions. It's all pretty much, straightforward, cut and dry.
Cool, man. Are you still excited? Because you sound a little bit down. Did I got you too
No,
boring?
no, not at all, not at all.
Cool, cool. All right. So, out of those three pillars, which one you think is gonna help you the most?
There, all of it. But I think more so, I think it's probably the nutrition aspect.
Mm,
And it's great because, even though like I eat clean and whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and I got the Fitbit app,
yeah.
I've been tracking my calories and my macros. And, right now I'm like, tailored it to where it's like a 800, not 800, 1800 calorie a day diet. To where, let me actually, I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah, and we also got you covered with the macros as well. You're gonna have tracking sheet for that, so don't worry for that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but yeah, no, but yeah, 1800 calories a day,
Mm-hmm.
nutrients, and then basically 180 calories of protein, which would be the goal intake for protein a day.
Yeah.
180 calories of carbohydrates. No, I'm sorry, not calories. 180 grams of protein, 180 grams of carbs, and 40 grams of fat per day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And trying to like perfect it, get it to like, find that sweet spot, that fine balance. It's up and down here and there, but sometimes, most of the time, there's good stretches where I could find, like, oh shit, okay, cool. I'm meet my protein goals daily, meet my daily carb, intake daily, and the fat, I'm, either meeting it or like right under or right above, or sometimes I'm getting more carbs and getting way more protein.
Mm-hmm.
But just again, trial and error, and just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, man. Again, we got you covered with all of that, so no worries when it comes to that. Now, yeah, the last few things that we just need to cover will be like how long I feel we'll need to work with you, and obviously the cost of the program.
Okay.
But before we go into that, I just have two quick questions for you, just to make sure that we're 100% a good match. So like, first of all, in your own words, after hearing everything that we do, why do you think that you will be a good fit for us?
Why do I think I'd be a good fit for you guys? Just because of niche mentality, work ethic. You know what I mean? It's just,
Mm,
it's like you're dealing with somebody like me and being a veteran and everything else. Hard work, and it's not unfamiliar, uncharted territory for me. You know what I mean? Like, I've been, rock bottom in the shit.
yeah.
And, you know, so it's like, these things, it's like, it's kind of like you get somebody maybe younger and probably, not a lot of experience on life, or experience, say like maybe they're 300 pounds, maybe 150 pounds overweight, and they got underlying health conditions and this and that, probably never worked out a day in their life. And, they're going to need so much more invested in them or whatnot when it comes to the nutrition, accountability,
Yeah.
fitness, whatever. I mean, almost like being, babysat, but for somebody like me. And,
And
I've got a huge foundation implemented, instilled, and, I've been to the mountaintop on, numerous occasions and for an extended period of time. And now here I am, on my way riding off into the sunset, about to go off be put out the pasture. And, but
Mhm.
I don't plan on dying anytime soon. And
That's good.
definitely want to live my best, as I advance going into the second half of my life, like we
Hmm.
talked about, that
Yeah.
80-year-old guy, 100-year-old guy, still being able to kick ass, have sex, and travel, and play with my kids, my grandkids, or whatever the hell else, but still feel good, look good,
Yeah.
live good.
No, yeah, man. Like I really feel like you're gonna be a great fit for us. Like I'm even thinking that you're gonna be potentially one of our best transformations. You just like don't let me down, please.
You guys' techniques and philosophies and approaches actually work. I mean, because there's been a lot
Yeah.
of other, companies and people and programs or whatever that it's the same spiel, but it's like fuck, this shit never works, and
Right.
and it's not like it's nothing on my end. I follow through. It's like once I dial in and I'm engaged. All right, cool, fuck it. We're sweating, and and especially like when I first started with the last one or whatnot, it was a while before like I done anything. I was
Yeah.
completely inactive, and
The
so the
100 days,
first
right?
but
Yeah.
the muscle memory, once your body responds, like okay, it's like a kid in a candy store. It's like riding a bike. You never forget, and things start to respond, and your body starts changing and everything else. But then, bam, you hit that wall, you hit that plateau. It's like fuck, okay.
Yeah, man. I hear you. Now, one last thing before we go into like the juicy stuff, the price. I just need you to do one last thing for me, okay?
Uh,
You remember those pictures I had you send me? Can you go ahead and just pull those up in front of you? It's okay if you have to put me on speaker. I'm gonna check those as well with you right now. I mean, I checked them. I see your long hair. I want to get it to that length. So listen, here's what I want you to do real quick. So just like tell me a couple words that come to mind looking at those pictures that you just took today. What do you think? What do you feel?
Inadequate,
Mm,
lackluster, could be better,
yeah.
has potential. What happened? Used to be the man.
Mm.
Old geezer.
I mean, sounds like you're pretty rough, but like you try to take it with a like a side of like being funny, like trying to make it lower like the seriousness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like have you always been like that or like when do you first starting being like that?
Um, as far as I guess those assessments, or as
Yeah,
far as the aspect of me like kind of taking it light, poking
yeah.
fun, and
Yeah, like try to take the seriousness and the weight of it just to like,
uh,
let it
I
go.
I haven't always been like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe that's been like a revised, new, modified,
Mm.
more an improved version of me, probably more so for the last couple of years.
Okay. Yeah, man. And again, like what we want to do is like again, we want to hold you accountable for everything that you do. So just know that that is a pattern, like a mental pattern, telling us that there's something underneath that needs to be solved because that's just an automatic response of your subconscious telling you, no, we're not talking about that because I'm not ready. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, and we obviously want to get that off your mind because your body it's connected with your mind and you need both to be healthy, correct?
Yeah.
100%, man. Cool. So, all right. So here's what I got for you, Fernando.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, we like to work with our clients for up to a year.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think you're gonna need that. In fact, I think that we can get you to 225 within the next 16 weeks. How does that sound?
16 weeks.
Yes, sir.
It's 4 months.
Yes, sir. 4 months.
Okay. And then completely single digit body fat percentage, basically shredded ribs, you know,
Yes,
all of
sir.
that. Wow.
Not only like the physical changes, but also the emotional and mental changes. That's what we're talking about here.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're not gonna be mad at me if we get you to 225 in the next 4 months, correct?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't think that. So we got two different options.
225, shredded, jack, strong, all that shit. Because I mean, I can fucking go to McDonald's right now and eat McDonald's for the next 3 weeks and get up to 225 easy.
No, yeah, you can get that weight, but that's going to be fat and you want muscle, correct? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like get you off that extra fat that you have like in the front and the sides and build that muscle that like you can kind of look, but not really.
Yeah, it's great because like and being objective and unbiased, like looking at it, I'm looking at the picture now, like it's not bad, like it's not bad, but it's like for me that's not good enough. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
always been, like a
Better.
perfectionist and
Mm-hmm.
always
Yeah, I agree.
bitch, like where you running? And not obese.
No, but I agree. Like based on your background and what we discussed, I think that you're meant to do way better than what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, we have two different options for how we can do the 16-week program, okay?
Okay.
The first option, it's going to be working directly one-on-one with Matt. Now, fair warning, Matt doesn't take a lot of one-on-one clients because he's busy running the business. He has a family of 5, so he tries to keep his load light.
Yeah.
However, there's clients that all that they want is Matt because, he's the shit. He's the one. So
Uh,
we can still squeeze you in with Matt, but again, fair warning, the cost it's a little bit more, okay?
okay. So what's the breakdown?
All right, so here we go. Are you holding yourself from something?
Okay, go.
Cool, man. So the total cost for the 16-week program, one-on-one with Matt, and to get you back to 225, not fat, but muscle, purely muscle, have you fucking playing and doing all the things that we discussed today, is one single payment of $6,000.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of steep, but even more so now because like everything that I have right now is tied up into this wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and and I just unloaded like my life savings on this wedding. So
I heard you.
yeah,
No, yeah,
so
that was a little bit more than you thought, right?
yeah,
Yeah, but trust me, it's 100% worth every single penny. Now, what most people are gonna do, and I think this is gonna benefit you, especially since you're traveling, is that they're gonna put this on a credit card to get travel points or shopping reward points so that they can either go on vacation with the family once they hit the goal or get new clothes because let's face it, once you hit your goal, you're not gonna
yeah,
be able to fit in your old clothes. You're gonna want to have new clothes, right?
exactly.
But here's the good news. If you're willing to work with one of our coaches, which are just as good as Matt, and obviously he's still gonna like oversee your progress and the whole program. It's just
Uh-huh,
that, it will be one of our coaches and not Matt directly who's gonna be like working with you on a daily basis.
uh-huh.
But going this route is gonna save you a ton of money because it's literally half the cost to work with one of those coaches. So yeah, so the cost is gonna be $3,000. So out of those two options, which one you think is gonna be the best for you?
As of right now, I mean the $3,000 is the best option. I mean, and then if you guys are able to, because of this wedding, everything is tied up. Well, my finances is tied up in this wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are willing to do some sort of, I don't know, payment plan or something, or invoice for like monthly installments. I mean, that would be ideal at the junction. So, I
Absolutely.
mean, I can get past this wedding and recover a couple months afterwards.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Just like one thing that's on my mind, since you hold yourself accountable for like success and you're like very strict with yourself, what we found is that the people that put their money where their mouths are get the most success because they're like, dude, I already paid for this. I gotta make it work, yes or yes.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
When you got $75,000 wrapped up into a wedding, and then when the accounts are looking like, oh shit, like,
I hear you, man.
you know,
So let's do this like real quick. Is there anything else like keeping you away from doing this besides the price?
no,
Oh,
it's just the price, and it's not so much price because both prices typically under normal circumstances are just fine, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just sweating is just
Yeah,
timing because of the
absolutely.
sweating.
No, yeah. So like if we can break it down for you, would you be ready to get started today?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Okay. Cool, man. So like typically what people do when they break it down, it's first pay half and half. You think you can do that?
If we can cut it in three payments, maybe that would probably be more ideal. Like if I could do like a thousand now, and then as we move forward, at whatever milestones, and do a thousand, every payment, and then there's your
Mm.
three.
Okay. So what you want to do is like break it down into three payments of $1,000, right?
Able to do that.
Okay. So listen, like I might get in trouble for doing this, but like I really like you. So if anybody asks you, don't ever tell them that I gave you like three payments, please. You promise you'll
Yeah.
do that for me? Okay. So what I'm gonna do then is just like get you in payments, three payments of $1,000. Are we doing the same card that it's on file already?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm working on that right now. Give me just a second. Fernando Marrero. Do you say Marrero or Marrero?
Hey, whoever can roll. So, and if you can't say it, there's a lot of people that can't roll the R and Morero.
Can you roll your R's?
Yeah, yeah. I've gotten better with rolling the R's.
Cool, man. Yeah, because I had a lot of friends that they just can't, even though they like my wife, she's Puerto Rican, half Cuban. She was born here, but she struggles with those. Like she speaks good Spanish, but struggles with those. Yeah, man. Cool. So, all right. So I'm gonna send you the invoice to charge you on the 21st of every month.
Okay.
So you're gonna get charged today, and that's gonna be April, May, and your last payment is gonna be on June the 21st, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm setting that up.
So it'll be May 20th and June 21st would be the final installment, and then that'd be at the 3 month mark, and basically, literally a little bit shy of the 16 weeks that you guys are claiming that you guys will need.
Yes, sir. I mean, at that point, you're gonna be 4 weeks off of your final goal, but most likely you'll be like super close to that goal by then, for sure.
Now, let me ask
Yes,
you,
sir.
in the event or the situation scenario
Mm-hmm.
presents itself to where, for whatever reason, we not hit these goals, like I'm doing everything,
Mm-hmm.
sticking, to everything you guys are telling me, like hardcore, to the diet, to the regimen, to whatever, and we plateau, or say if nothing works, or say like if we get to the point, okay, yeah, toned up, looking good, but for whatever reason, and the body's saying, fuck you, I don't want no more. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just clarify. You're like thinking that for some reason this might not work for you?
No, I'm not thinking, I'm just inquiring in
Mm-hmm.
the event or situations where it doesn't, then what, because I've been in, other situations past where the results that were claimed
Mm-hmm.
didn't happen.
Okay. So like just to respond that question again, sorry, that was my dog in the background. We have helped thousands of people and we haven't had like anybody not hitting their goals. But what I can personally tell you is that if for whatever reason, like if you were to be the unlucky one that didn't got the results we're promising you, we will work with you until you get that result for sure.
Okay.
Which again has never happened. And if what you've been telling me that you're like super working ethic driven, that's not gonna happen at all.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool, man.
So basically, you guys stuck with me for life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, remember, this is something that we're gonna teach you so that you don't depend on us once you hit your goals, that you will do by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, man. So I have right now here your card. Charging you for it. And yep, it's all set. You should be getting the invoice, and we're all set, man. Like right after we finish where I will call, I'm gonna connect you with your coach, and you guys will go from there.
Okay.
Cool, man. Well, I'm really excited to have you on board, and overall, I really wish that you have a really nice wedding, man. We'll be in contact. You have my phone number if you need me for anything, okay?
And then, hey, man, and then I'll be in Florida next month, man. So you guys are in Florida. Hey, man, if you guys, want to stop by the wedding, or if you guys aren't doing anything, or come for the bachelor party or whatever, let me know.
I'll take your word. I'll take your word because my wife is like into parties. I'm not, but she is.
Okay.
Cool, man. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. See you, man. Bye bye.
Okay, bro. So officially, you didn't get the close yet. You got to charge the card, brother. You can't put it in as a recurring. You got to charge the card as a one time, and then we set the recurring up from there.
Really? Because the video said that you went just directly for to the recurring, but like, all right, tell me how to do that
Yeah,
then.
no, I'm saying so like that. That was that scenario. You always got to charge the card. You never want to get off the phone until you charge the card. So basically,
I'm sorry. I mean,
right
like,
now,
I have here
yeah.
the thing, so maybe I fucked it up. So like,
No, I'm saying we're good. You just need to go in and charge his card, like officially charge his card. So
so
basically,
it's
what you're gonna go do is you're gonna go in like you're creating a regular new invoice. I'm gonna
okay.
end because right now, if you do it, you never want to send them an invoice because if you send them an invoice, they're not gonna sign it. They're not gonna do it.
Okay.
So basically, you always want to run their card. So I just deleted that invoice for you. And for the sake of time, I'm just gonna run in really quick and just do it and charge his card because he's using the same card on file, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on it right now. So just like real
Okay, yeah,
quick.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, go ahead, charge his card for a one-time payment of $1,000, and then
Okay.
I'll explain to you because we let Nina set those things up. We just let Nina set up the recurring payment so that it's a one single point person who's doing it versus somebody else messing it up or anything like that.
Okay. Now the thing is that the card is not in file.
He didn't save his card.
Yeah, because we charged him yesterday for the $100. Remember?
Yeah, but did you save his card information like
Yes.
I asked you to?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so basically you're just gonna go to charge card. So you didn't save his card. All
Yeah,
right.
I did because we charge him like directly here
No,
in the
no,
invoices
no. Remember when I told you you have to click that little box?
where it says save.
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Nah. Because I'm looking at the what you just created on the invoice, and when I hit charge card, there is no card on
Doesn't
file
yeah,
for him.
that's why I'm asking you like why doesn't it shows?
That means you didn't click the box. Like you maybe didn't click the box.
Okay.
Because if you click the box, the card's gonna show. So we're gonna have to send him this invoice. So
I'm
you
gonna
don't have the close as of yet.
I mean I can just call him real quick and be like, hey, the card was not on file. Can I have it real quick again?
Yeah, just try to call him. Yeah, just try to call him real quick.
Yeah.
I'll mute. Just try to call him real quick, explain the situation, and just say,
Yes, sir. Got
yeah.
Hey brother, real quick, I don't know why my computer and we both fucked up, but your card is not on file, so let me just have that real quick, please.
Oh, you set the card as well?
It didn't save on, here on the file, so I'll just need to have that again.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Also, you card?
No, it hasn't charged. Because I remember the most of it, but I don't have like the CV.
CVV is 9263.
9663?
No, 9263.
9263. Okay. And then expiration date is 10/27.
Yep.
Okay, just to confirm, because I found it, I don't know how, but 3726599412430001.
Yeah, that's correct. That's it.
Zip code 33069.
No, the zip code is 91335.
991. Okay. Let me just submit it and have it confirmed before I let go of you again. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Let's see. All right, yeah, we're good, man. So right now I'm just gonna send you the agreement for you to sign it on your email, okay?
Okay.
Cool, man. Sorry for that.
Okay, appreciate it, man.
All right, see you. Bye-bye. Hey, that was weird. Like, how come the card appeared all of a sudden again? JD? Hello? You still here, my man? It's okay, Super. We're going out soon. Just relax. Just relax. Give me 1 second, bro, please. Yes. I'm gonna take you to the bathroom. Give me 1 second. Get down, Super.
Fabio, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you remember we got to get it's cool now because we'll explain it to the coach, but you got to get the DocuSign done before you get off the phone next time. So
Yeah, but like,
I sent it over to him right when you said it, but you have to bring it up to him,
uh-huh.
and make him confirm like, hey, so next go
Yeah,
round, make the person confirm like, hey, I need you to sign this document. It's our agreement. Kind of make it seem like, you know,
it's
kind of
something
make
fair.
it seem like it's like normal.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do it just because you told me that you were gonna handle that part.
Right, yeah. And I should have clarified. I more so meant handling just like kind of,
Yeah, but I
sending it
also
on your
forgot
behalf.
about it. Now, it's weird. How come the card showed up again?
What do you mean it showed up?
Yeah, like, I mean, we weren't watching my screen, but while I was looking for his information, the card show up there again. All that we were missing was the CVV.
That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't save the last time. So
Okay.
you can't save it at all. The only time you
Do
can save a card is if you type in everything and you hit save, and I mean everything had to be typed in.
do you mind like screen sharing for me to like be 100% clear? Because like I took the
Oh,
notes.
so we can't because you're 15 minutes late for your call.
Okay, that one, I sent the call, like the reminders and everything, and he didn't respond anything at all.
Still got to call them, bro, because
Okay,
sometimes people will not respond and they'll still answer.
cool, man.
So basically, what you're gonna have to do, um, what you're gonna have to do. So basically, do you know how to send a new client email?
Do I know how to say what?
The new client email,
Yeah, so it's basically grab their information and send it to Coach E,
the
right?
coach. No, it's not going to Coach E. So you're gonna go to his application in your email,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to send that to Coach Cat, and it's gonna be. So let me know when you have the email open. I'll cover for you on this call and just and if somebody messages or something like that, don't respond to it. Like I'll just cover for you, whatever. But
Yeah,
that's
I
one thing
mean,
you're gonna have to keep in mind. Like you got to keep these calls. I know it's your first one, but you got to keep the calls at an hour, or at least try to send a text to the next person, letting them know you'll be behind. But
yeah,
we'll worry about that another time.
yeah. Let
Congrats
me
on getting the deal done. Just got some things
thanks.
we gotta clean up.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so I'm here in the app, and you said to send it to Coach Nina or whom? I'm sorry.
Cat. So you're gonna put in the to box. It's gonna go to Cat. It's gonna be Cat KAT.
Wait, let me first. I have to send it from my regular email to my work email because that's where I got it first from. So let me send it to
Okay.
the work email real quick. Enviar. Seems like it was sent. Come on, dude. Come on. And then the call for 5:30 with T again. She asked me to reschedule because she can't do it today.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, just yeah, that's fine. All right. Well then that's perfect. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna stop recording.